Hey, I'm Alexis Craddock, and here are some tips to becoming a landlord. Whether you're an existing landlord or actually thinking of becoming one, I have 5 simple tips that can really help you out. Tip number 1 is qualify. Make sure to give yourself time to actually review your applicant. It's really not worth succumbing to the pressure of just taking the first person that applies to you. Taking the time to review is absolutely key. Ultimately, the quality of your resident will determine the outcome of your investment. So, ready for number 2? It is know your rights as well as your tenants. Landlord and tenant law is hugely important. I cannot stress this enough. You want to make sure you're on top of your game by knowing your rights as well as your tenants. It's scary, but there are some professional tenants out there that know the system exceptionally well and know how to manipulate it and will manipulate you if you're not on top of your game. Also, I would say if things become too difficult, don't be afraid of actually hiring a paralegal. They are trained literally to deal with nightmare tenants, and they can take away a lot of stress and headaches and just general aggravation from you. So, tip number 3 is be good but firm with your tenants. It's important to establish basically a level of respect for one another, or a healthy respect rather. One simple thing you can do to do this is just staying on top of maintenance and repairs and just being consistent with them. No matter what happens in this area, the longer things tend to linger, for certain, the more problems and repairs your tenant will find. You don't want things to get out of control in this area, and especially with tenants, it's easier to deal with problems as they come instead of, just allowing them to pretty much compound. Now, number 4 is presentation. At the end of the day, you cannot expect a tenant to treat your home as well as you would, but don't let this jade you. The very first time your tenant walks through the unit, you want to make sure it's basically as clean and respectable as possible. How you present your unit from the very beginning pretty much sets a standard, especially in your tenant's brain of how things are, how you expect things to be moving forward. It's also not all about, upgrades. I wouldn't put a huge amount of money into designer finishes that will likely chip and break, as I would with items that are, durable and will last the test of time. Number 5 is picking the right investment for you. Whether you're renting out a space in your basement, or whether you're thinking of buying a condo or maybe a house in or outside of town, picking the right investment that suits your lifestyle is very important, as well as budget, of course. We have actually a really great tool that compares investment properties side by side. It looks at your expenses and it looks at what is incoming in terms of rent. And it basically projects your investment for 10 years. And it's a tool literally nobody has except for us. So I cannot wait to show it to you. As a landlord myself, honestly, I know the importance of finding a really good tenant and how stressful it can be when you don't have one. Our award-winning team will not only help you find, your dream investment, but also handpick a tenant that is going to be suitable. And at the end of the day, help you pay your mortgage. So let's get started. Talk soon.